Hey guys, what's going on today? Bojo here, and we are back for some more news on NHL 17. Now, not only did EA Sports release the features and game modes list for us today, they also released their very first batch of questions that they have answered on the Ask NHL portion of their website. So if you guys do want to go ask your own questions in hopes to have them answered by the guys at EA Sports, go to www.easports.com/NHL/ask. Or follow the link in the description, and you guys can leave your questions there in hopes to have them answered by all the developers, Rammer, Ben Ross, anybody who works at EA potentially. But today we're going to be starting off our series as we did last year, pretty much just running down every single question and taking a look at some of the answers the guys have left and see if we can find any new information on NHL 17. So the first one, will NHL 17 be releasing a trailer at E3? Well, first off, it's probably not going to be at E3. It'll probably be at EA Play, the little convention aside from E3 that EA is going to be hosting in and of themselves, because they're not going to have a booth at E3, so it'll more than likely be at EA Play. And June 22nd will be the first official trailer for NHL 17. So mark your calendars, boys. June 22nd is when you guys will probably be able to see the very first trailer for NHL 17, and more than likely that will be the opening cinematic for the game. As you guys saw for the past couple previous years, every single opening cinematic that they have shown or trailer for NHL games is more than likely the opening cinematic for the game itself, that if you don't press on the start screen right away, it'll more than likely jump to that trailer. Next up, how long on average does it take to make an NHL game? Do you start from scratch each year, or do you build upon it from the previous years? We continue to build on the previous iterations each year, knowing that the game will come out every year is an aggressive cycle, so we typically start in the next version months prior to the launch of the current version, so we give ourselves as much time as possible to build features. So as you guys can see, guys, it's a tough life for yearly round video games, as you guys can tell. They only have less than 12 months to get the game out, so they try their best every year to get us the best possible game, and hopefully NHL 17 will be that game this year. Next up, I know Crossice Passes work in the NHL, but this past year it seemed a little on the ridiculous side within the NHL 16 series. Will there be an enhancement with the AI to stop a better number of Crossice Passes? Given, of course, their stats warrant good defensive behavior. Thank you again for everything your team does. I look forward to the new enhancements coming this year. Great to hear. We are also excited for everyone to get their hands on the new game. We have focused both on the new mechanics for net battles and defensive AI assignments away from the puck to tighten up coverage against players parked in front of the net or on the weak side. So hopefully, once again, even though it did seem to work very early on in the game, but as they continued to tweak the game, cross creases were still very prominent in the game. So hopefully they will continue to upgrade that, as we will see a decreasing number of cross-crease goals. Next up, will there be any unlockable stat boosts or equipment for playing on the EASHL? The rank system wasn't enough to keep me playing. There won't be stat boosts in EASHL for NHL 17. The mode is based around a balanced player class system where your skills with the controller and how you play as a team are the prime differentiator in who wins games. However, with the amount of customization options you can unlock, there are a lot of items that will allow you to show off how far you and your team have progressed and the accomplishments you marked along the way. So as you guys saw from our features video earlier on today, we saw that there will be unlockables for your arena, your team, your player in and of himself. Nothing to obviously affect the stats. All cosmetic things will be unlocked for EASHL as you play the game. Have you improved Be a GM this year? I feel the game mode hasn't seen significant improvements for multiple installments. So this year they have added a lot to franchise mode with the inclusion of unique team owners and the ability to control finances. You can change ticket prices, budgets, perform arena upgrades, repairs, set marketing, promotions, and relocate your franchise. We have also added owner goals that are based on your owner's personality, which makes every team feel different. I feel like that's going to be really cool, depending on every GM mode team that you probably decide to do this year, whether you just do it for fun or in my case, you do it for a series. I feel like everyone is going to have, every team is going to have unique things that we have to do for franchise mode this year, which is going to be pretty awesome. Will we get coaches challenges in the game this year? There will not be coaches challenges, but it's something we will look at moving forward. To properly execute coaches challenge as a feature, we would essentially need to fabricate wrong or missed calls, which fans would then need to recognize. We need to get more feedback from fans on this before adding it. So coaches challenges won't be in the game this year, as I think we could probably maybe expect something like this maybe for NHL 19. I don't think maybe next year unless they really work hard to it, but I feel like this will eventually be something in the game because, you know, Madden has challenges in the game. So, you know, if they keep continuing to upgrade certain things, I do see coaches challenges being in the game eventually, but then again, could become an overused type of deal because I know in Madden's case, some people do like to throw the challenges a lot in the game, but hopefully NHL can get it right. Looks like NHL 17 has relocation. Do users get to customize jerseys, colors, names, etc., or the location cities already have team suggestions with jerseys and logos? Players will get to fully customize their jerseys, colors, names, and more at the new city they relocate to. We are excited to see the different designs and looks that our players create. That's pretty cool. So if you move to, I guess if you move Arizona to Quebec City, you can fully customize the Nordiques, I guess, in a sense. You could probably just try to make those jerseys as best as you possibly can and have them portray a city, or you could just go completely random. I feel like that's a really cool feature. Will EA SHL have custom goal horns, songs, and chants? EA SHL will have a large library of goal horns to choose from as well as goal songs. Chants is something we have thought about but hasn't made its way into NHL 17. So that's unfortunate, but we do have a large library of goal horns to choose from. I'm assuming there will be every NHL team's probably authentic goal horn with a couple of other just randomly generated ones that EA has thrown in. FIFA just announced they're going to Frostbite is NHL. So Frostbite is that new engine that the FIFA guys just introduced, I believe, with their past trailer, which is really cool. NHL is not on the Frostbite engine this year, but we're always sharing technology tools and learnings across EA to ensure we deliver the best experiences for our players. Frostbite is an incredible engine, and I expect to see more of it in EA games in the future. So maybe not next year either for NHL, but maybe down the line, like 19, we could possibly see it there. Who knows? Are there going to be better ways to earn coins in HUT this year, like solo challenges or better set completion awards? For NHL 17, we took a look at gameplay rewards and made some changes that should increase the amount of coins the average player earns. That's cool. In addition, the new dynamic sets feature in HUT will allow you to trade in unneeded items in your collection. So we talked about that in our features list with the dynamic sets for themed pretty much collections in a way. Aside from the collections themselves, it seems like these dynamic sets will allow us to really get some cool rewards for completing certain collections. And it also looks like they increased the coin amount that you'll get from playing games, which means that HUT cards will continue to go up in value. Will there be mid-season negotiations with players? You will not be able to negotiate mid-season with players. This is something we're looking for future iterations, probably to be included in BGM, obviously. Is there any way you can bring back custom logos and custom jerseys for EA SHL? I miss making my club unique compared to others. We're really excited for people to get in and try out our new customization zone features. EA SHL Progression opens up the ability to really customize your team's brand and identity with a wide variety of logos and jersey, pant and sock styles. The customization doesn't stop there though. This year we also give the ability to customize your arena, everything from the color of your board trim all the way to the goal song and spotlight effects that take over the arena when you score. We're all going to see a lot of unique team identities this year with all that customization has to offer. Pretty cool. Will there be some kind of mode dealing with expansion? We will not have any modes that deal with expansion, as it is on every hockey fan's mind. We are looking forward to see what the NHL does in terms of expansion for the league, and then we will proceed from there with our NHL partners. So no expansion in a way, but you know, franchise mode with relocation is probably the closest that we're going to get to something along those lines. NHL 17 will not be coming for PC, so sorry PC fans. What are the cities we can select in the Create a Team and Relocation feature? We have 15 plus locations for our relocation feature that you can choose as potential new homes for your franchise. For Create a Team, there are hundreds of cities and countries you can choose from when creating a team. So yes, you can create a team in NHL 17. That's going to be a mode. It does finally return, so you can create a team in NHL 17. A lot of people wanted that to be in NHL 16 as like a later on, I guess, update into the game, but it will be in NHL 17 for sure. Is there going to be authentic jerseys for the national teams in NHL 17? Yep, with the World Cup of Hockey, they're going to be playable in NHL 17. No GMO connected, unfortunately. You can create a team in NHL 17 leveraging the most robust customization package that we've ever had, which is going to be awesome. Like I said, a lot of people wanted that in the game. Any new leagues, as we saw in the features reveal, the ECHL will be in the game, and they're going to be as part of the NHL franchise. That's cool. Will there be a defensive skill stick? There won't be a defensive skill stick for this year. Knowing that we needed a way to tightly mark a player in front, we focused on the addition of net battles and the extended stick tie-ups. Through discussions with the community, the game changers, and internally, there were ideas on how a defensive skill stick could work, but at this point, there's not really a plan on how it wouldn't compromise other controls in one way or the other. In theory, having more controls is always better, but we want to ensure if we go down that path, it is ultimately able to achieve that goal without taking control away elsewhere. They do have a point, I guess you could say. There's really no need for a defensive skill stick, in my personal opinion, when, you know, poke checking is the best that you guys can possibly do at this point. There's not really anything in my mind that you could do as a defensive skill stick that would change the way you play defense, in my personal opinion, but I'm perfectly fine the way it is right now. We'll skip that one. Okay, here we go. As well as you guys saw in the background, I showed you guys I'm going to be showing you guys 3 new in-game screenshots as well that we saw from these Ask Questions as well. Can you talk about crease battles and cross-crease goals from last year? Yes, when we looked at one of the main issues for defenders, it was the ability to tightly mark a player in front of the net or on the weak side. Last year, there was a big focus on getting defensive deflections and interceptions right, but this year, we really wanted to focus on that close defending of a player. With net battles and extended stick lifts, you are given tools to tie up a player in front of the net so that you can take the goal side position and move them out from screening your goalie, tie up their stick, or simply just get in the way of them making a play. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to really play a role in the defensive and offensive side of the puck. Will new goalie AI accompany the new animations? Yes, and adding new blocking saves, the goalies' save mechanics have been updated as well, so goalies will move their body into shots rather than making a limb-based save, which ultimately made them more vulnerable to be beat. They also know to stay tighter to the posts when the puck is down low and passes and shots are coming in tight to the net. Hopefully, the sticky goalies are taken away. That's one thing I just really want to hope for in NHL 17. They can make all the improvements to NHL, the goalies, as much as I can for, my Beer Pro series, but if the sticky goalies are back once again, it's going to be kind of disappointing, but hopefully they make the changes for that. And then how has skating been improved? I think is the one question that we wanted to get to, and I need to see if I can get on it because it was a long question. I couldn't fit the screenshot in there. Skating has been improved in a lot of ways. We looked at responsiveness and pivots, ability to interrupt a pivot when it physically makes sense, ensuring that proper momentum and acceleration is consistent across all turning, dekeying, protecting the puck, etc., which makes the puck carrier's agility more realistic. We also worked a lot on facing angles and the control you have on defense to angle puck carriers, specifically looking at the angles and speeds you can take crossovers at before having to rotate your hips. You will also notice that you can step out and accelerate in a new direction like you can from a stop at speeds that make it physically possible, rather than having to take a longer pivot out to convert your momentum like you do at high speeds. Pretty insightful response there from the boss Ross for sure. And that's going to seem pretty cool for especially the way offense and defense is going to work this year, because once you get moving, once you get that top end speed going in NHL 6 or in 17, like I said, it's very hard to still control your momentum in a ways, which makes it realistic. But the way Ben Ross described it this year, it's very technical. The way it seems they're going to be improving the pivots a lot this year, because everybody was upset with the seamless puck pickups this year, how they locked you into certain animations that you really didn't want to be locked into all that much. But this year it looks like they're going to fix that to a point where the way your player moves is going to be really, really, really significant to how the plays are going to be in the on both sides of the ice. So there you go, guys. There's your first batch of questions that we have gotten for us here on the Ask NHL portion of EA's website. Once again, link is in the description. Go check that out. And hopefully y'all can be continuing to update you guys on more questions and more news as we find them out. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, leave a like, comment, subscribe as always. And for the most up-to-date NHL 17 news, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until then, guys, Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.